Hey guys, Charlie from Adjust the Mic. Just need to do a little content disclaimer. Adjust the Mic is created for adult audiences only. Unless you're a terrible parent, we advise listener and reader discretion for graphic depictions of terrible things that are involved in our lives. It might get dangerous on this podcast, but we're all in this together. Enjoy the show. He's got space. She's got the brewery. I'm dumb, and you're dumb.
Yeah. Stop.
Like we're dumb.
Declan, you like the Foo Fighters?
No. So, are you just going to ask me questions and I can answer it and then we'll go from there? And you can edit out anything that makes me look stupid? Or if I say something really messed up that needs to be gone?
Yeah, let's talk about how much we hate Scott, guys.
This is my checker.
I want to
How you doing, people?
wake up, feel fine, grab my baggies off the clothesline. I want to wake up, restore, thinking back on the night before. I said yeah, then I did it. Having not a
Feels like a
second
rape
thought.
dungeon in here.
I know exactly what he tastes like.
I said yeah, then I did it. La 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 la.
Just a microwave.
No. You cannot buy the beer. No. I always blame the beer.
Okay, here's the show.
Sound good? Real good. Chris, Colleen, how we sound? COVID parent-teacher conference. Something just happened. Okay.
Still good?
Good.
Okay, cool. Mine too. We're ready.
Welcome to episode 125 of Just the Mic.
Man.
To my right, the host, Scott Geyser. Nobody else is here.
Dude, what's wrong, man? What's going on there, Charlie?
It's official, man. Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr. has retired after 22 years in the NFL.
What's the full name?
It's Thomas Edward Patrick Brady Jr.
I don't know why it's so funny, but how did you get that?
I've
That's
been
funny.
watching this dude for 22 years, man.
Oh, man, that's funny.
He's a 7-time Super Bowl champion,
He gone.
5-time Super Bowl MVP. He's got the most passing attempts, passing completions, passing touchdowns, passing yards, quarterback wins, most Super Bowls. He's fucking beautiful. He has a supermodel wife and beautiful children. Dude, I was talking to...
He's the best ever.
I was
played.
talking to Valerie. You know, Val's very active in the group.
Yep.
Do you know I've been watching that dude play football for more than half of my life?
Shout out, Val.
You have more than half of my life.
Well, what year did he join? Was it?
It was 99, 2000.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. And you had Bledsoe before that.
At Bledsoe, and then against the Jets, Mo Lewis hit
That's right.
Bledsoe out of bounds, busted some chest capillaries in his chest,
Yep.
and in comes Tom Brady. And if people probably don't remember this because they're not fucking weirdo like me, Drew Bledsoe won that AFC Championship game against the Steelers.
Yeah.
And then for that Super Bowl in 2000 against the Rams, the greatest show on turf, everybody killed Bill Belichick for not starting Drew Bledsoe.
Yeah.
They
I
started
remember that
Brady.
a little bit. I remember.
Yeah, they were
I
like,
was a Rams fan.
they were
back
like,
then.
what the fuck is he doing? He's starting this kid? And, you know, the rest is history, man. It's a dark day in sports, man. And you think about it, I saw a post, Eli Manning, Ben Roethlisberger, Phillip Rivers, Drew Brees, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning. Like, it's done. It's an end of an era for, like, those quarterbacks defined the last 20 years.
I completely agree.
So crazy.
There's no arguing that. Like, we had the first era. I mean, not the first, I would say, but we had an era of growing up as a kid. We had Elway, Marino, Steve Smith.
Smith, the wide receiver for the Panthers. Steve Young.
I'm sorry.
Joe Montana.
Yeah, Steve Smith. Fucking basketball player
Don't
for the
you
Heat.
fucking dare sneak Dante Culpepper in there. Don't you do it.
You had Cunningham.
Yeah, Randall Cunningham.
Randall Cunningham. You had Warren Moon, but wasn't at that level. But he was
Warren
good.
Moon was that dude that he played till he was older, and he played a long time.
He did.
And Tom Brady and Favre.
Oh yeah.
Who can forget
Jesus.
Brett Favre?
Yeah. There's so many more. We're not even saying.
But our generation is losing. Like it's gone. Now the future is bright.
Man, that's what I was going to bring up.
Future is really bright, and it's funny how we'll get into this later on another subject, but you watch how the media controls the narrative. Remember when Tom Brady won that first Super Bowl? Everybody's like, "Oh, this kid, he's amazing," and America loved him. And then they started winning, and then this narrative changed.
Yeah.
Then the whole Deflategate, the Wells report,
everybody trying to attack him when you're on your top.
The physics reports from Harvard and Cornell about, and it came out to be bullshit.
Yeah.
Came out to be, Brad Johnson paid $30,000 to a ball boy in the Super Bowl to deflate the balls a little bit, but nobody talks about that.
Oh, really? Did that really come out as
that's a real fucking thing? And Aaron Rodgers came out right before it all started getting serious. It's like, oh yeah, I do that all the time. And then ESPN didn't cover it.
Yeah.
So they got on Brady and made him the villain, and then that all is over. He comes back and wins the fucking Super Bowl that year, beats the Falcons after being down 28-3. And then ESPN starts twisting the narrative. Oh, this guy. Then he wins another one against the Seahawks and then the Rams.
Yep.
And now everybody likes him again. Then he goes to Tampa Bay and everybody loves him. Tom Brady's great, Yep. And it's sad because I'm seeing it happen again with Mahomes.
Yeah.
Everybody loved Mahomes. Now everybody's shitting on his brother and his wife. And Mahomes don't need to be. And it's like now everybody's all over Joe Burrow's nuts.
Oh, yeah.
Now watch. If Joe Burrow is successful in the next 5 years, the narrative will change, and everybody will hate Joe Burrow.
Yep.
People don't. I don't understand it. Like, why can't we just appreciate greatness?
It's a very good point.
I love Mahomes.
Like, we love tearing people down, man.
Oh,
when you get to the top,
dude.
what do? Come back down.
And somebody like Tom Brady, man, all the charity work he's done. He's always been known as an amazing teammate.
Yeah.
Look what he did with Antonio Brown. He literally took him in his fucking home. It's sad to see him go, man. I've been watching this dude for a long time.
Hey, I'm going to fuck with this real quick because you're hearing the little crinkling.
I hear a little crinkle, crinkle. Crinkle, crinkle. Oh, something's happening. What was that? Is that better?
Is it? Sounds better.
Sounds really good. Yeah. Well, it's right when you would. Oh, did you go? Oh,
how we doing?
So, anyways,
yeah, there we go.
Episode 125 of Just a Mic. It's a somber day for me. I've watched that dude for 22 years, and Chris and Colleen couldn't make it today, and so it's a 2-man show. Man, we're knocking it down, and we got a lot of good stuff. That Tom Brady thing just gut punched me.
Man, that's a.
I mean, it's a great thing. He's got his wife and kids, and he's got. Come on, man.
Hey, what do you got to say about this? All day long at work today, our good friend, we're both friends with this gentleman, Mr. Jared.
Shout out, Jared.
First thing this morning, he's like, "Oh man, Brady he's not going to retire. He's going to come back. We're going to get one more year." That wasn't a verified story because he actually kind of came out and said, "Hey, that wasn't."
Yes, he did.
Said yet,
and his dad did. His dad was like, "What are you guys talking about?"
So. Then he finally comes out later on today and gives his speech. One thing, the narrative that everybody's wanting to bring to this is that he hasn't mentioned New England yet.
Yes, he has.
Has he?
Yeah, he did a whole separate post for him.
Oh, great. Okay,
He did a whole separate post for Patriots.
Okay, cool.
For Robert Kraft, for the fans, for everything.
Good.
And said he's going to retire a Patriot.
Fantastic.
What he failed to mention was Bill Belichick, which is... listen, the dude he does great content on his Instagram and stuff. That's not a mistake.
Yeah.
Which is sad, which is shitty because they're
both competitors.
Those two built such a great thing.
They're such competitors.
And it wasn't just them. They had amazing personnel and players. And,
sure.
Irvin Friars, Dante Scarnecchi, they had an amazing organization.
Jared was really, really, really hoping that the 2 years Brady was there, he was going to ignore the rest of his career and retire as a Buck.
Well, Jared's
I think I heard 15 website stories with some quotes from him today.
Just stop it.
Yeah.
Stop it.
He was trying, man. He was ready.
Yeah, well, Jared's wrong.
So are the Bucks getting Aaron Rodgers, or what's going to happen?
I don't know, man. I would like to see what he could do with that team.
Russell Wilson, maybe?
I don't know, man. I think they signed Jameis Winston. And let them eat them W's. Now, I don't know, man. I'm happy for Tampa Bay, man. They got a ring out of it.
Man.
And it was so great for him and watch him and Gronk win another.
I'll be honest with you. I love watching him and Gronk.
Yeah.
I really did.
As a Patriots fan, some people got butthurt about it, but I loved it, man. Do what you do.
Yeah, man.
Dude's in his 40s, man.
It was a good thing to see, man, because Brady got to go in there a few years in the playoffs. You got to go up against KC. You got to beat Mahomes. That
Sure.
1 year. Then he got to come back in. He beat Mahomes as a Patriot. Then he came and beat Mahomes as a Buck.
Yeah.
And then he lost to Mahomes another year or something. What did he lose a year as a Patriot or something to?
I don't know. I know they went into that AFC Championship for overtime, and it was a coin flip deal. Patriots got the ball touchdown over.
Boom. And what happened in the playoffs this year? Twice to Mahomes. Almost the same thing.
Yeah.
But he won one. And
you think they
Burrow
should change that rule, man?
I do. I think if one team scores a touchdown, I think the other team should have the chance to go down and score a touchdown.
But that
as well.
other team's playing defense, though, man. It's two sides of the ball.
You're right. You really
I'm just
are.
being devil's advocate.
You really are, because that speeds the game up for those purposes. For
now the
maybe
rules
less chance for injury.
The rules cater to offenses now. Obviously, if you've been watching the game long enough,
and that's definitely a point, a good point.
But I don't know, man. The Super Bowl is going to be fun.
Yeah.
There's good stories on both sides, man. Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
He was with the shitty Lions for all those years.
The worst team that's probably ever been assembled. I mean, you've had players like Barry Sanders quit. You've had Calvin Johnson quit.
Yeah, man.
You've traded away a quarterback that kind of people are forgetting about, and now all of a sudden, the very next year he leaves you. He's in the Super Bowl.
His first year.
And look what he did with Cooper Kupp.
Oh my God.
The same thing he did with Calvin Johnson.
It's ridiculous.
It really is.
And they have a super team. I mean, don't get it twisted. You have Aaron Donald, Von Miller, Jalen Ramsey.
It's ridiculous.
It's crazy.
Unbelievable.
They should win.
The only thing they didn't have was a running game, and that's the only thing.
But this kid in Cincinnati,
bro,
dude. Now his swag and the way he carries him, that he has that Tom Brady like.
He won me a championship.
Yeah, I don't even think that team. I think all the pressure's on the Rams, right?
Yep.
Because the Bengals are just coming in. Burrow's what, second year? Burrow got hurt last year.
Third? Is it his third? No, second. Is this second year?
I think so. He got hurt last year.
Yeah. Then he came back towards the end of it, right?
Yes.
And then boom, man,
it's crazy.
He's impressive, and him and Jamar Chase have a connection.
It's ridiculous.
That is like.
So far, it's ridiculous.
Unbelievable. And that T. Higgins, man, that guy's good, man.
Yeah. So the Super Bowl should be good. I want the Bengals to win.
I'm going for the Bengals.
But I'm not going to be mad if the Rams win.
Nah.
I just hate the city of L.A. I'm a Celtics fan, so
I think I do too.
I hate the Lakers.
I was a big Rams fan, not because of the team itself. I just loved the players when they had Marshall Faulk, Torrey Holt, Isaac Bruce, Kurt Warner. Just that whole team was just so fun to watch, man. It just was unbelievable.
Well, that team's near and dear to my heart because that Patriots, that first Super Bowl win they ever got.
Yeah,
they were 14-point dogs.
Yeah,
went in there and that defense showed out.
That's right.
So,
and New England looked good this year too, man.
With a rookie
Mac
quarterback.
Jones came in and he that took I think it was the smartest decision that I wish more sports professional teams would do. When you have a guy at the level of Cam Newton and what he's done in the league. Sometimes they get that respect to where they can keep a job even though they might not fully deserve it with their play.
Yeah.
Yeah. This isn't personality or nothing. This is just play on the field.
Yeah.
And by them going, you know what, we could either have another 8-8 season we feel with Cam Newton, or we could take a chance with the young kid and either do another special thing like we did with Brady, or he gets that experience that young guy needs. To be better and more prepared that next year when they come in.
Going to the playoffs as a
Smart
rookie
move.
quarterback is a big deal.
Smart move.
We'll see what happens, man. They lost. Josh McDaniels is the offensive coordinator. He's gone. He's the Raiders head coach now.
Yeah, that's interesting. Do you think Carr's gone?
I don't know.
I think he's gone.
Wow.
Carr's gone.
Yeah.
He's never been able to put it together for a
I
whole
don't think
season.
so. I think McDaniels will hold on to him.
Think so?
I think so. I don't know, but I'm a moron. Let's move on. Well, anyways, I'm picking the Bengals. I'm picking the Bengals.
Gruden was the moron.
Gruden was a moron.
Like, he just got rid of every fucking good player on his team.
Yeah. Well, it started clicking, though.
It did.
It started fucking clicking.
It did with Miami, too, man.
Yeah.
It did with Miami, too. When they got rid of Minka Fitzpatrick and all the people, and he was just a young kid.
Yeah.
When they got rid of all these guys that we all thought were going to be our future stars because they didn't want to play to, his way or whatever.
Remember
Flora's way.
Remember when you didn't sign Drew Brees, but you signed Dante Culpepper?
Oh, my God.
I just want to bring that up every time we talk about
It's a
Dolphins.
curse ever since Marino's gone.
Jay Fiedler.
Fiedler, Pennington.
Oh, Chad.
Fucking name it. We've had it.
So what's up?
Nick Saban.
It's been, well, as Floridians, anybody I know some
It's
of
been
you up north are
freaking
listening.
cold.
It's fucking cold.
It's been cold.
Cold to the
Cold.
bones. Cold to the bones.
Way cold.
And we were up in last week. We were up in North Carolina, and it was
snow.
Yeah,
Lots of snow.
quite a bit.
Did you make a snow angel?
Quite a bit. The first night, and
Quite a
then
bit of snow angels.
and then it tapered off.
Did you make a family of snow angels?
Angels were made. We but anyways, we came back, stayed a night in Savannah, still cold. Got down here,
Yeah.
and when we got back, it was almost colder here.
Still cold.
It's fucking freezing, man.
Yeah.
This weekend, we went to Universal because we're the coldest day of the year because we're so smart, and we were thinking, well, we're good. No one's going to be there. We're the only dumb person. Like, we're the dumb people.
Mhm.
No, everybody in Florida's dumb. It was packed. It was ridiculous. It was an hour and a half wait on everything. Everybody
It's
had
the
the
worst.
same idea. Nobody will be there, but we had a good time.
It's the worst.
But the cold weather's the older I get, the harder it is, man.
Yeah, man. There was bonfires galore this weekend, man. I was at a bonfire Saturday night.
Yeah.
Freaking awesome out.
Well,
Freezing freaking cold, but right next to a fire, man.
yeah,
It's kind of perfect, man. It really is.
Yeah, we got it pretty good down here in Florida, man.
There's something about just a campfire or a bonfire, you know what I mean? With wood going.
I do.
Like, what is that? Like it's this instinct, like where you just feel like more like a man when you're throwing some logs, you're cutting some
It's in
logs.
our genes, man.
You're cutting some logs and some wood, and you're getting wood chips all over.
Oh
and
my
you're
God.
Putting it on the
Are you getting your shirt off with your barrel
Yeah,
chest
man.
hanging out?
Hell yeah. Exactly.
I love it. Yeah, but I don't know. It's starting to warm.
We
up
almost
a
had Joe Miller on tonight, didn't we?
We really
tried to
did.
get him on.
We really
Damn
did.
it. We miss you, Joe.
Yeah, we'll see you soon, buddy. We got Tool next week.
Oh, that's right, Tuesday, right?
Yeah,
So it's just you and him.
podcast night. Yeah.
What's the
A little
what-
datey date.
Do you have is it taking the day off of work and everything?
No, the next day I will be taking
Okay,
off work.
yeah.
I'm gonna go in and just.
Where's it at?
It's the Amway Center. It's a
Right in
big-
Orlando.
Yeah,
That's
big-
perfect, man.
Yeah, I got the hotel room. Just a little guy date, just me and JoJo.
Nice.
Yeah, Ben and his wife are going,
Oh, hell yeah.
so it'll be a good time, man.
Tell Ben I said, what's up, man?
I will.
I love Ben every time I'm around him.
Oh no, he's the. We're going to a show. You should go.
Which one?
The at the Iron Oak Post, the one we went to.
Yeah.
Agent Orange.
Let's go.
It's just a little punk rock show.
Yeah, I'll
Just
go.
$16.
I'll go.
Okay.
For sure.
All right. I'll
I
give
like
it-
that place, man.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool place.
We got to sit outside. It was like right there on the corner.
Yeah, man.
Go park right away. Super easy. I like it. That's Melbourne, downtown Melbourne, right?
Yep, in the vicinity. In the vicinity. I drove you heathens home that night.
Yeah, I mean, that was a mess.
Yeah, you guys were a shit show.
It
It was fun though.
We were trying to divert from the normal be responsible, go home.
Yeah, I locked you all in though.
You did
I
good.
locked you in. I was dadding
And
the
we
shit
told
out
you
of
beforehand. We're like, we can't go. We
Yeah.
got to go
Let's
home.
go to the bar. I'm like, no, I'm going home, man. Fuck y'all. Y'all are all pissy at me and shit.
We got to hang out with Mike Vallely.
Yeah.
We hung out with him, right? We took a picture. I hovered next to him.
You did.
Like very uncomfortably for like
You
15
did.
minutes until he like looked our way and like, hey.
Yeah, it was
Come
a good
take a picture with us,
It was
man.
a good time, man. It's a good time.
Yeah, it really was, man.
So Chris has got something going on.
Yep.
Colleen's got something going on.
Yep.
Do you want to talk about beer in space?
I think we should.
Let's
I-
talk
I
about
really think
space.
Now, somewhere, I don't know if it's over with you.
What's up? What do you got?
We have the launch schedule.
Oh yeah, the 2022 launch schedule.
I mean, and I bet we're going to be very accurate with it.
You think so?
What do you got there?
Well, I'm trying to see. You got it all the way. You got it going back to the ones that have already gone.
So, like, up there on the screen, on the TV?
February 2nd.
So, that's tomorrow.
Tomorrow's one going up?
Between 3:18 p.m. and 4:38 p.m. And this is in California, this launch.
Mm-hmm.
A SpaceX. I didn't know they had a facility in California.
No, don't we have one tomorrow at the Space Center?
Yeah, Wednesday, February 2nd at 4:51 p.m. at Kennedy Space Center. We got the Starlink group 4 to 7. So, and we know what Starlink is, right?
Nope.
Do you want to know? All right, I'm Chris right now.
Okay.
Starlink, it's Elon Musk. That's his satellite internet that he's creating. It's a mesh internet system that's going to have satellites all over the planet, and they're going to be a little bit closer to the Earth than a lot of the other satellites. Is that what Tony Stark
did in Avengers?
Pretty much.
Oh, yeah, shit.
Pretty much. And so what's going to happen, like right now, if you wanted to get internet at your house, you can get Starlink, and it would be a satellite internet, and it would take like a $500 installation, and you'd pay $99 a month. Okay. And I think it's about, the price is about to get dropped to $250 for the installation, and then just a flat $99 a month. And then the more people that get this, and the more of these this mesh network that gets set up, the faster the internet's going to be, the more connected. So it's like a work in progress.
Really?
And they're shooting thousands of these damn satellites. I mean, we're going to have so much freaking debris up in our atmosphere, man. It's not fun.
He really is Tony Stark, man.
He kind of is, man, right? I mean, that's kind of the way it is, right? He's controversial. You either love him or hate him. He definitely has an iron suit somewhere.
Yeah. Okay, well, hopefully Scott made that happen.
See how accurate I was, Chris? 4:51 p.m. Then there's one in Russia on Thursday.
Let's not worry about the Russia one.
We have a Cape Canaveral, the Austria.
This Saturday,
Rocket 3,
February 5th.
Atlanta. The Atlanta 41.
Oh, the Astrospace?
Yeah.
The Astro Rocket 3?
Astrospace. Mm-hmm. That'll be going out. Then we got OneWeb. That's going to be in French Guinea. What the fuck? Chris, but you didn't know that shit.
Oh, what are you doing?
Dude, look at it. We got the Russian Federal Space Agency stuff. We got the Republic of Kazakhstan. They have the Progress MS-19 on my birthday.
I really hope he doesn't listen to. Hey, your birthday's coming up, February 14th.
Yes.
Are you going to give yourself a birthday Valentine's gift?
Yes, I am.
What is it?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Get you
I don't know what I'm gonna do.
No. No plans? It's so, dude, at this age, it's just like, what are you going to do?
I'm going to be 43, right?
Yeah, welcome.
The 40th, like, when you become a father, until your kids are old enough to understand that they need to love you on your birthday, like, they do, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
It's a different, like, it's kind of a null day. Like, it's cool, but I don't know, man. I think when you become an adult, like, those birthdays just don't, unless they're a big one, unless it's the 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90,
I just want to go out for a little dinner. That's it.
Exactly.
Take me out.
Exactly, man. That's all it is.
That's all I need.
It's a little
and I tell them, and my kids make me cards. Like, don't buy me a card. Like, make me a card. I put that pressure on them.
I mean, if my kids want to send me on a cruise, or something like that, and buy me a cruise, that'd be fucking amazing.
Don't think that's a thing, buddy.
I know, man.
Someday, maybe.
Child labor one day.
Someday, man. It goes by quick. Allie will be driving soon.
I know, right? Dude, she's her best friend down the street. Her older sister now just got her license, so now they have rides if they want. That's kind of like, shit. No, it's not happening. We're not being asked.
No.
I think the older sister didn't want her sister around, so it's kind of a good thing. But
it's terrifying.
I mean, our kids are 13, man. They're just a couple, 2-3 years from high school. Like, Allie will be in high school next year. She just went to her astronaut high school where they do the tour of the school.
Yep.
Like the little initiation kind of, whatever they call that.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's going to be weird, man. My daughter's going to go to my old high school.
It's weird, right?
It's kind of cool, though.
Yeah, Ava's talking about wanting to go to astronaut because of the drama program they have.
Okay, they have a good drama program.
Doing what I'm doing now with everything that we talked about.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Hey, that'd be dude. Do you know how happy Allie would be? I'm serious. She talks about her, like, they don't see each other hardly at all anymore.
We need to fix that.
And like, she talks about Ava all the time.
I know Ava does too. Well, they hit back and forth on Kids Messenger or whatever.
I mean, it's unbelievable though how they talk about, like, even when Ava was around Josie, the neighbor's, daughter, and Savannah and all them, they're all like, "Oh, Ava's the best."
Oh, little did
you know
they
what I
know.
mean? That she really is.
Try to get her to clean her rim.
Oh, dude.
Jesus Christ.
Allie?
Slob?
Silas had COVID last week.
Yep.
And so me and Allie and Silas were stuck in the house together. And I said, we're all separated. Silas, you're going to go to your room. Allie, you're in your room, and I'll be down here.
Yeah.
I'll be working. We'll have dinner, but at a certain thing apart. And Allie was so bored because she couldn't hang out with her friends or anything.
Yeah.
She finally...
That sucks, man.
She took apart her whole room and cleaned it and reorganized it, moved all the furniture around.
Oh.
It's the first time she's ever done it by herself.
Yeah.
So proud of her. My son, last night, I took apart his whole room, cleaned it.
Really?
I took his bunk bed down, bought him a new bed and new kind of room set up.
Oh, cool.
But they're both just terrible. I found cups underneath his bed. Like, he took bowls. He hid bowls. And there's bowls under his mattresses.
Oh,
shit. He goes through Pop-Tarts. Like, if I buy the bigger thing of Pop-Tarts,
double packs,
that'll be gone in 2 days.
Holy shit.
It's a problem to where, he gets in trouble for it because he's not supposed to do it. But, he'll sneak down either in the middle of the night or, right when he gets home from school.
Spirit animal,
and he runs in there and just fucking hogs
What's
them
his
down.
flavor? What's his
It's either got to be s'mores.
Frosted strawberry?
The brown cinnamon. No, blueberry, strawberry, none of the fruity ones like that. It's got to be either s'mores.
Really?
The chocolate fudge one, the fudge sundae one. What's the brown cinnamon one? Brown sugar.
Oh.
Those darker kind of brown.
Whoa.
But he'll hide. Shut up.
Whoa.
He'll
Whoa.
Jesus Christ.
Hold. Yeah. Pivot. Jesus Christ.
He's hiding the wrappers underneath his
So there's a bunch
mattress.
of silver wrappers everywhere.
Everywhere. I found 20 of them.
I love it.
So we got to have a talk tomorrow. It's unbelievable, man.
That's great.
Unfreaking believable.
Yeah, Riley keeps his room really clean.
Yeah,
he likes he stuff in order, and he does that. Ava it's so bad. Oh man, it's like it. Oh,
Silas was that nice and neat person when he was younger. When he first got his room by himself, and got a bunk bed. I'd watch him in there. He'd get real mad if anything was out of place.
Yeah,
he don't give two craps anymore.
He don't care
He
at all.
Just doesn't care. Hey, your pet post on Facebook?
Yeah, man.
Dude, people have some amazing dogs.
I know. Cats too, buddy.
Oh yeah.
All the cats.
Dude,
there might be more cats.
It's you have 101 comments on here, right? 700 people have seen that post, right?
Jesus.
And out of the 700 people that seen it, 1 in 7 of them are here's my dog pic.
Yeah.
People love animals.
Oh, geez.
Animals, I mean, that's as much as your family, and you don't get to brag about your animals online as much as maybe you do your kids or where you're going and this and that.
Yeah.
For the most part. That was a good idea, man. You see Larkin's dog?
Yeah.
That's a puppy.
Jesus.
That's a puppy.
There are a lot of cute dogs, huh?
Yeah, man.
And all the cats always look fucking angry.
Oh yeah.
There's a holy Christ.
Christina Wicks has
Krista. Is it Christina?
I think it's Christina.
Christina Wicks, yeah.
She has so many animals.
Is that a fucking possum?
I think it is a possum.
Christ.
That is a possum in there.
What's happening?
I got to know about the possum, man.
Yeah. Christina Wicks.
What's up with the possum?
Let us know
Talk to
what's
us.
up. Oh, she's got some.
And then the black and white cat with the smiling that's posing in the box.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Then the black cat she's got, I mean, that looks just like my cat Tico back in the day. That cat right there.
You see,
just like my cat.
You see
Tico.
Olivia's dog?
Oh, I know. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, man.
And Christina Wicks has a picture of a dog and a baby.
Yeah, dude, dog and baby. Then there's a dog and son. I mean,
my God.
I think she's 60 of the 100 pics of different animals. It's awesome.
Chad Cook coming through.
It's all my cousins, my cousin Kelly, my cousin Sean, everybody in there with all their animals, man. My cousin Lisa with her snake. We had a snake post. Yeah. Frank's got his collies, and he even had someone did a painting for him.
Marcy Spur.
Yeah.
Those dogs are amazing.
Like,
wrapped
seriously.
up, looks like Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Did you like my one of Allie?
Look at Archie. Shout out to Archie Williams.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Lillian Hurley Welch with the professional fucking photography down.
She just goes at it, doesn't she, man?
Jesus.
She has it.
Beautiful little puppy in a package.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. Colleen with her what's his name again? It's
I don't know. Craft beer.
No, he was in here.
IPA.
They got him from the Forever Home. Cookie? I think it's Cookie. No.
Is it cookie?
I can't remember.
Maybe you just want a cookie.
But yeah, man, it's really awesome.
I've never not had a pet.
Never?
I've always had a pet.
I went a long time.
My whole life.
I went a long time without after my cat died. We went a long time without. I think it was a cat box situation to where I remember all the work and I was like, I never want another cat again. And then I almost had a dog once, but I just wasn't ready.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then once we moved over here, it was ready. And now I couldn't think of what I would do without. Or like we have turtles, guinea pigs and shit, but like a dog or a cat, man, that's a real pet, you know?
Yeah. Well, guinea pigs are too, man.
Oh, man. They're just dirty little assholes.
Well, yeah. So some cats and dogs are.
They aren't bad, but I'm tired of, like, I'm the only one that takes care of them.
You're the, well, listen.
Riley
That's
doesn't
not
take care of them.
No, Riley does. Helps with Tessie.
Well, if you guys want some guinea pigs, if Riley wants some guinea pigs, man, I'll wrap them. I'll bring them.
That's not a thing.
I'll deliver and pay you. I'll give you 1 year's worth of food and the guinea pigs.
Not a thing, dude.
They're just mess. They poop so much, man. You're cleaning their cage out all the time.
Yeah.
Hey, Frank, Rob's got a podcast going on, man.
I saw, man.
And isn't that cool? And the cool part about it is he gets to do it through his charity, but it's in association with Titusville High School. He went to the Titusville High School board, or he went to a school board, and he brought it to the school, and then they took it to the school board. Other high schools that had representatives, they were like, well, why can't we do this for our school?
Yeah.
Because you don't have a Frank Robb that's trying to set this up for your school.
Yeah.
If you have somebody that's trying to set it up and you guys come at us with a right plan and you guys, you know what I mean, then it's a win-win learning experience for all of these kids, because podcasting is growing. It's becoming something that they need to understand what it is, why it is, what it's doing, where it adds value to society. The types of, it just opens a whole nother door for creativity.
Speaking of podcasts, man, and shout out to Frank Robb. He's a grinder.
Yep.
He's a hustler.
He's working. And there's some big things coming up. There's some big events that are going to be coming up that we're going to be privy to.
Every time that I sit on my couch and I want to be lazy, I think of people like Frank Robb. I really do. I really do, because he is a grinder and he really hustles, and he does it all with such a great attitude, man.
He really does.
And passion. So shout out to you, Frank.
He really does, man. He's getting some really good guests lined up for a show too, because he just is reaching out to people.
Stell Bailey was the first one.
I know he got Stell and I'm losing her name from the
really fucked this one up.
Ooh, I fucked that one up. I know it too. It was on our show even.
Cindy Lou Who?
Yeah, Cindy. Yeah. But they both were on the show again, so I turn it on, to watch it. And I'm like, oh, the same two people we had on at the same exact time. And it's so awesome because they're such awesome people, and to be able to get their stories and their words out to more people. I mean, I think everybody needs to have their own podcast even. You know what I'm saying? Like there's it's a whole nother social media platform. It's like Facebook is a platform where people can post things and post videos and post words and communicate with each other. And then there's a social media that's the voice, to where you're not typing, you're getting to just talk. And the more we type, man, like, I don't know about you. Do you type much at work or anything in any way?
I do.
I'm at work all day long.
Oh, no, not all day long.
My hands, I'm starting to get
carpal tunnel syndrome.
I'm starting to get it, man. Mm-hmm. Like I've started getting on the side of my elbow. I'm getting pains from when you rest your hands down. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Or just when you're typing, sometimes my hands will lock up. We're on our phones all. We're on our phones.
Do you
all day
crack
long.
your knuckles?
Oh, I have my whole life.
I know. I try to stop.
And
I do it, and I don't
terrible.
think about it, and I do it. I'm like, shit.
When you're on your phone, like you're sitting here doing this, and you're texting with your thumbs, and
or playing Candy Crush.
It's terrible for our hands.
Yeah, I know.
Like our hands are going to get worn
You gotta
out.
stretch them things.
I know. I guess so.
Yeah. Do you want to hold hands and skip and take a
it?
break?
You want to do some hand stretches?
Yeah. And we talked about podcasts. We should talk about Joe Rogan when we come back. Speaking of podcasts,
we should. I agree.
Let's take a break.
Took so long to realize the way that you choose to be. Why do these things happen? They always happen to me. Here I sit and I'm left with another painful memory. Will somebody please come and guide me? Take me away from this place, you'll see. And I feel so lonely. So now what do I do? Even though I don't want you, every time I get better, you always step back in my view. Quit trying to break all my anger. Stop trying to dig under my skin. I've dragged you out from this chapter, so walk away, don't come back in. There is a place for my comfort, and I'm locked inside, you can't reach me. A disappointment to deal with. I've found a place and you'll soon see. My eyes are open to reality. Feel so blinded. Open up, let me see. My eyes are open to reality. Feel so blinded. Open up, please let me see. Holding on.
Okay, we're back from break, and we had mentioned Joe Rogan before we took the break.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Tell me about this situation. I know about it. I actually saw the Instagram post from Rogan, but tell me about Fuddy Duddy, cancel culture, Neil Young.
So, obviously, me and you, let's give ourselves a little bit of a backstory here. We've been listening personally to Joe Rogan for how long? Long time.
7-8 years.
Oh, at least. And Joe Rogan, I mean, he has a lot of different personalities. He has a lot of different friends. Not he's the same person, but like he has a lot of different interests. Okay,
Sure.
He has an interest in the psychedelic world and the marijuana world. He has an interest in the MMA and fighting world and training world. He has an interest in the hunting world.
Questioning authority.
Questioning authority. He's done that in his stand-up comedy. His whole, it's one of his best friends.
Comedy's based around a lot of that stuff.
One of his
That's
best
why
friends
he's so good at it.
feels that there's a flat, like the Earth's flat. Yeah. Okay, one of his best friends.
What are you talking about?
Eddie Bravo.
Yeah.
And when they and if you have any kind of background on Joe Rogan, he is not scared to disagree with anybody when he really feels that he wants to disagree with you.
And he's also not afraid to admit that he's fucking wrong.
Exactly. That's paramount in this story. He is a curious person, and he has a lot of friends from a lot of different backgrounds. Comedy, okay, all these different things, and he brings these people on, and they have conversations that just go above and beyond interesting, in my opinion. And when I say that, you have a certain type of person that'll say, you're a Joe Rogan dick rider. Joe Rogan is a meathead. Joe Rogan is,
He literally had a show that said Joe Rogan questions everything.
Yeah.
Like he's curious.
Yeah.
A fucking dude can absorb information like a motherfucker, man.
Mm-hmm. And another thing he can do is be wrong sometimes. and maybe even
He's literally done
like get
thousands
some
of
emotion
episodes,
behind the
man.
story, and maybe push it in a way that maybe he didn't even think about while he was doing it. If he goes back, but that's the power of podcasting, and that's the point here. Is we've been listening to him for so long, so we understand his perspectives. When I listen to him to his show, I mean it's a 2 to 4 hour show. Okay, and when I listen, I'm not sitting there writing down in my brain or downloading the information that's coming out of Joe Rogan's mouth and saying fact, 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 fact. That's right. Everything he says is right. I believe everything that comes out of his mouth. What I do is I listen to him. I listen to his people, and I'm interested in the conversation. It makes me feel like I'm in the room silently listening to a couple people have a conversation. That is very appealing to me in most cases. But I don't agree with it all.
What I love the most about his show is one episode he will have Ted Nugent.
Yeah.
Another episode he will have Bernie Sanders.
Yeah.
Another episode he will have who's that Sanjay Gupta or whatever, the CNN doctor, and then he will have Ben Shapiro.
Yeah.
He will have everybody from every spectrum of beliefs and stuff, and that's what I like.
Yeah.
Because if I don't agree with somebody, I want to hear a long form.
Alex Jones.
I want to hear a long form conversation about why that person thinks that way.
Yeah.
Not to get mad about it.
Yeah.
And see, what they're having now is the mainstream news media is doing these little 1 minute clips of bullshit.
Yeah.
And they found that's their target now. So it's funny. So
you're right.
So anyways, Joe Rogan signed a $100 million Spotify deal a year ago.
Yep.
And ever since then, there's been these rumblings of some media outlets kind of shitting on him.
Yep.
And
oh yeah, very much so.
Yeah, and now it's starting to be a thing. Like celebrities, you got people taking sides. You know, it's not just Neil Young and is it Joni Mitchell?
Joni Mitchell.
Great. That's fucking great.
Oprah Winfrey's therapist has a podcast on there, and she's pulling hers down because she's worried. And here's the thing. This is like a free country. We have the right to free speech and all these kind of things, right? We don't want to limit people saying what they want to say and what they're labeling as a dangerous, a thing. It just doesn't make sense to me, unfortunately. This COVID, there's been misinformation on every front that's been thrown out on every side that there is the side to have. There's been right and wrong and speculation. Oh. And all he's done is in a curious way. And the one thing that he's promoted, and I feel like this is a very big point, is he says multiple times on his episodes, I'm a dumb. I don't know what I'm saying. Don't listen to everything. He goes, I don't even believe everything I say. Sometimes I just say things because I'm curious and I'm like thinking out. And I do this personally. And I've been judged this way to where I'm kind of saying something.
I'm judging you right now.
And it hits me in a certain way. Like I get a flack back on it. And like, you're not understanding what I'm not saying this I think it's a fact. I'm saying this is like as an idea. I'm volleying something out there to add to the conversation. So pick up on what I'm trying to do here, and let's have a conversation. Let's not get into each other's feelings about it. But he is promoting, and what he's saying, he's like, this is a wake-up call for America, and someone like me should be defensive over this, right? Is to get healthy. You need to lose weight. You need to stop being a fat fuck. This is what he says.
Yeah, you need to eat right.
You need to eat right.
The media has never talked about that.
You need to take care of yourself. You need to love yourself. Mm-hmm. Like those are the principles that he is actually passionate about.
Yes.
He's not passionate about over being right and wrong over the fucking mask working or not.
Hey, how about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle?
Oh yeah, they've been thrown into the mix now.
They have who the fuck wants to listen to them?
Nobody.
That dude was born a prince.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. What world does he live in?
What perspective are you going to give me?
Brendan Schaub talked about this on Fighter and the Kid, and he was so spot on. I don't want to listen to a fucking thing they have to say.
Yeah.
I'm a middle class fucking Floridian. Who listens to his podcast? Yeah. And then they come out and say, well, we don't like the misinformation either, Spotify, but they didn't boycott and they took the money.
Yep.
What the fuck does that? It's almost like these people are doing this shit just to get their name out there.
Yep.
To boost revenue.
It's a little bit of that,
it's so fucking weird.
Like, here's what I try not to be too much of a conspiracy theorist. Okay, I try to like be in the middle on a lot of things and try to understand both sides, and then I'll try to make points that support both sides. Because I'm not a person that's going to like ride one side hardcore. Man. I just can't do that as a person. Yeah. And if you do that as a person, do you know, whatever you want to do, I don't care. But don't force that shit on me like you're this high and mighty right person, because you're actually being very a simpleton, I feel like, when you do that.
Yeah, man.
There's a narrative being pushed here. And, you know, I'm going to make an example. Ben Shapiro. He is someone that whenever I've been on YouTube, I've never seen him on Joe Rogan before recently. Mm-hmm. I thought he was a pompous little asshole.
Listen,
and
I still do. He's still hard on the stand, but because of his religion about same-sex marriage and all that, and I disagree with that shit completely.
Completely.
Yeah.
Completely.
But there's other points that he makes that I agree with.
Yeah. And that's the point, is when, like, if there's someone that I don't like because of the way that they've been presented to me and whatever platform.
Listen to what you just said. Mm-hmm. There's somebody I don't like.
Exactly.
Now, listen, I like you.
Yeah.
I don't care about your ideas and your beliefs. I like you for you. We always base ourselves on I am my beliefs and I am my value, and but that's not who I am. You know what I'm saying? So you got to pull that shit out of people.
Yeah. And I look at this guy and like I have this like predetermined judgment of who he is. If someone brought up Ben Shapiro to me to like in a little thing, I'd be like, I don't know that fucking guy. He seems weird to me. I don't like him. Like we just throw that out there like it's just whatever, right? There is a responsibility for these people that are in the media and that are up there to not do that to people, because it can paint a false narrative. Ben Shapiro, there's a lot. I went and listened to it just because I wanted to make sure. I heard him on Joe Rogan's podcast, and man, they had a discussion to where they didn't agree with a lot of things with each other, but at the same time, it was a very positive,
and respectful,
supportive discussion to where they can do it again. Ben Shapiro went back, knowing that they disagree on a lot of things, to his own show. And when everything's going on with the Neil Young and everything, he stuck up for Joe Rogan. I saw people that were like hardcore on the left, you know, that were supposed to be hating Joe Rogan for all this, just because they've had very respectful conversations on their podcast together, and they don't agree with each other. Like, they don't agree with each other at all. But they had such a respectful conversation on the podcast and a relationship without judgment afterwards.
They're not picking sides.
That they're like, guys, this is what it's all about. Like, this is what it's all about. Like back, you know, when all this first came out and they were questioning mask, right? You're not allowed to question mask. Well, now it's come out that the cloth ones, not everyone, but the cloth mask, you know, don't really do much of anything.
You're lucky Chris ain't here.
And the CDC even came out and said as much, okay? But there are certain masks that do help, you know. And sure enough, if you want to wear a mask or not wear a mask, you know, I feel like it should be your right. But if you're not going to wear one in a public place, you know, around a lot of people that care, then you're not being very thoughtful. Let's be real here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, we all are allowed to make those choices for ourselves. I look at Ben Shapiro a little bit differently now, because I've learned a different perspective. Because you're right, I agreed with a lot of the, some of the things that they had a conversation about, and I disagree with a lot of it, and a lot was what Joe Rogan said at times. But that's what you're allowed to disagree and still enjoy.
Yeah.
And there's a separatist thing. It's either you're on this team or that team, and it keeps getting dug in, man. And we gotta stop it. It's gotta stop. Podcasting is something for everybody to speak their mind. There's a narrative being pushed because Joe Rogan has 10, 11, 12 million downloads, you know, or individual listeners on every single episode he's got. That's more than all the other news stations combined.
Yeah.
They are worried. They are losing power. these conversations are happening in almost every podcast. CNN, NBC, and all of them are getting, like Matt Taibbi. I've read 3 of his books because I've now listened to him twice on Joe Rogan's podcast, and he's like this reporter that just really tells things how they are. And he gets into some really good stories and tells them in a way. Like, there's only about a handful of very highly respected journalists in our society now, in today's internet age and today's clickbait news.
Yeah.
And to get these people on there to have a real story on what we should be having what should we should be expecting, from our news sources. And those conversations are being downloaded by 10 million different people and listened to. That is powerful in a positive way. Are you going to get some negative reverbs? Just like when someone wants to blame a musician for having a song cause somebody to murder somebody.
How far do we push the definition of misinformation?
Oh yeah.
Because all the stuff that's coming out now a year ago would have been misinformation.
Exactly.
And it would have been you would have been
and there's
taken
a lot
off of Twitter.
And there's terrible perceptions.
But now it's a reality.
Yeah.
So having an open mind,
yeah,
and thinking for yourself and questioning authority. Think for yourself, question authority. Yeah. Some of you know where that's from. Yeah. It's not allowed. And this fucking dude wrote, "Keep on rocking in the free world." Yeah. What are we doing?
Well, I need to pull this up, but
I don't know what.
I need to verify.
Listen. First of all, I love Neil Young.
Oh, me too.
His music,
all of them. Love him.
Joni Mitchell.
And Joe Rogan's response, I felt, was on point, and it was like, I need to do better. I need to do more research.
And how many people shitting on Joe Rogan have listened to that whole response?
Yeah. Oh, I know.
Nobody.
No. And there's some that have disagreed with him and go, man, I really like what he said. Like, how many people now in power, and any kind of power, admit that they're wrong? Then the last time a president has admitted that they've done something wrong, like this decision was absolutely wrong. How often?
Well, I can't remember. That's one thing about Rogan, man, is he don't put his ego out in front of his beliefs.
Yeah.
If he thinks he's wrong, he's going to admit it.
Yeah.
I've heard him do it many a time.
And a lot of times he's like, I just get caught up in the conversation and I'm talking.
Sure.
And then I'll go back and listen. He goes, sometimes I'm just shooting some salad about some. That's the beauty of podcasting. Like, podcasting is a long form, sitting down discussion, man. It doesn't have to be a news, fucking format. It's not. It's not appealing. People. The reason 11 million people are watching and that shit and listening to him is because they're tired of the bullshit that they're getting fed from everywhere else.
And that's everywhere.
From everywhere
on
else.
On the left, on the right.
It's not. Exactly. Exactly. It's ridiculous, man. But
I wonder how many people know, like, the hardcore CNN, the hardcore Fox News.
Oh yeah.
Hey, you're all the same fucking people. Like you're the same fucking people.
Same.
But it's so weird, man.
It is. But the one thing that I will say,
it makes me want to watch The Office and laugh.
Is more and more people, and when you talk to normal people, like in society, a lot of them agree.
Yes. Yeah, most people. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. Now there's some you're just not going to sway.
Yeah. And don't try.
And live in your own chaos with that shit.
Yep.
Yeah, you can
just
have
don't
it.
try.
But if you step outside of it, it might be a little bit better for you.
Like, last thing. If you were, like, COVID comes, okay? If you're individually scared of it, if you're in fear of what you're hearing about,
sure,
prepare yourself and worry about yourself and protect yourself and your family, okay?
Yes.
If you're really fearful of, don't make me feel like I have to be scared like you.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? Like,
I get it.
If you're scared and I'm not scared when we're about to jump off of a high dive, usually the one that's scared is the bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you're taking that risk. Now, obviously, give or take. Yeah. But at the same time, if you don't jump and I'm that guy that's jumping, I got to respect, hey, you don't jump. I don't care. I'm not going to push you off. You know what I'm saying? With me.
Yeah.
There's a point of a mutual respect in disagreement that it needs to be, I don't know if it needs to be taught or if it needs to be talked about or it needs to be, it needs to be understood.
Some people are a little too far gone for that, maybe, I think. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't.
Just tired of people fucking playing Mr. Fact Check on every fucking comment. If I got like 10 million hours of fucking audio about talking to people, and you can go through and find maybe an hour or two's worth of just completely ridiculous things and pull them out.
There's people doing it, and he's getting high and drinking whiskey and hanging out and having a good time.
Exactly.
That's what he's doing.
And I don't care. People say you get this different responsibility when you get so many people, and all that. To an extent, I can agree with that. To an extent. But Joe Rogan isn't saying, everybody, listen to what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Do what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Say what I say. Believe what I believe, like a preacher would. Like a politician would.
The Rock threw him support. There's been a lot of people.
But there's so many people that say, it's coming out of my mouth, so either take it as gospel or you're wrong, or I'm going to judge you. Yeah. That narrative, because that's what Joe doesn't do.
Yeah, I know.
And that's what makes what he does as a show. And if you don't listen to him in his show, you can't speak on that part of it. And I'm not I'm defending every podcast out there that has the same narrative.
At the end of the day, the dude has $100 million contract.
Yeah.
He is the hardest worker.
Yeah.
And he never stops.
Yeah.
He's got a wonderful family. He lives in Texas and don't give a fuck
This is his Deflategate.
what anybody thinks.
This is Deflategate for
No,
Rogan.
yeah, it's
He's at the top of the game, just like Tom Brady was at the
and
top of
people
the
are
game
gonna-
when they're
people are
trying to
gonna
get
hate
him down.
Yeah.
And that's what everybody
They'll be
does, man.
They'll be all right, man. Something will happen. One of them fucking people will come out and say some stupid shit, and they'll jump back on him. Ted Cruz will say something fucking dumb, and they'll jump on him.
Yep.
Or whatever. Who cares? I don't care.
There's no Jackass movie coming out. Dude, we hit that one hard, man. We had like a 20 minutes on Joe Rogan. A new Jackass movie.
Johnny Knoxville's still alive?
Yeah, I don't think Bam Margera is a part of it.
No,
I think he's been off and on it.
Yeah, he's been in and out of rehab. There's something crazy shit happened with that. It sucks, man, because Bam's.
And we were talking about, I think it was the last episode or the episode before, we were talking about one of the.
I think Novak.
Brandon Novak, and like how he's turned his life around.
Yeah, sobriety coach. I
think.
And
he wasn't part of Jackass, but he was kind of like the friend that was like in some of the scenes, but didn't really act anything out. But seeing all these guys and Johnny Knoxville with gray hair, do another one of these movies, it's kind of funny, man.
Yeah,
it's kind of awesome. I always loved their comedy. Like, I always loved...
those movies are amazing.
Viva La Bam.
Some of the gross stuff I didn't like. I wasn't a fan of the gross stuff.
Yeah.
But the stunts and the pranks, oh, my God.
They had good music. They had the music behind.
They
had that thing.
Rock and...
It's almost like they took a skateboard video and they said, let's make it even cooler.
Yeah.
It's really cool, man.
Well, I'll have to check that out. Is it in theaters?
I think it is, or it's about to be.
I'll have to check it out, man. It's got to be good. Them dudes are old as how old are those guys now? Johnny Knoxville.
Dude, he's 50s? He's old, man.
What are they doing?
I'll pull it up here.
How old is he? He's 50 years old.
Yeah.
Man.
February 4th.
Wow.
Hey, real quick, TV show.
Looks good though. I like the gray. Yeah, go ahead.
What's
Darcy
the name?
and Stacy?
No, it's on HBO. It's
Fiancé?
a new superhero TV show, and it's got John Cena in it.
Jared was telling me about it.
Oh my God!
But I haven't watched any of those any of those movies.
Okay, have you watched The Boys yet?
Yes.
Okay, did you like it?
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Like it was crazy, right? Like
very
funny?
dark humor.
All right. So The Peacemaker is the name of this.
Okay.
And he's kind of like this asshole superhero, kind of like the Homelander was on The Boys. Except John Cena's really funny and he wants to be liked and he's always joking around and like he's like this bully, right? And his dad is like his dad is the Terminator's in the movie The Terminator. Who was the guy that was Silver? The cop?
Yeah, Robert Patrick.
Yeah,
I think
he is John Cena's father.
Yeah,
and he's like the White Dragon, like this uber racist superhero.
Oh my God!
Right, like a Nazi superhero.
What is?
But John Cena's not racist. He has an eagle, like a bald eagle as his his animal.
You're not selling me on this
Hey,
show.
the animal's name is Eagly.
You're not selling me on this.
No, he is the total opposite. Like, this show is funny as hell.
Oh.
It is really funny, man.
All I watch now is Book of Boba Fett
Oh, it's so good.
and reality TV.
So good.
I got to get on Ozark. I canceled Netflix.
Did you?
I don't care about it. I'll re-up it when Stranger Things comes out.
Yeah.
I
think it's a good thing to do.
I asked the kid. We all talked about it. Like, yeah, I could care less when The Office left.
See, every time I'll cancel something, and then all of a sudden a new season
They'll
will come
put
out of
something
something.
out.
I'm like, fuck, I want to see it. Then I'll sit over here high one night, and I'll be like, I want to fucking subscribe again real quick.
Yeah.
It's only $7.99. But Boba Fett's amazing. What do you think about Boba Fett? Like, the way it's going so far. Do you love the way that the story's been written?
Well, I'm not going to spoil. The last episode wasn't even a Book of Boba Fett episode.
I know. It's so great.
But it was the best episode so far. Yeah, they're going to have something big at the end. They're going to have a big reveal of a character.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to be Kira. What's her name from Game of Thrones coming back from Solo for Crimson Dawn.
Yeah.
Or Han Solo might even come. I don't know. It's going to be interesting.
So you're a long-term fan, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And there's a difference in coming into watching this Boba Fett. I watched some of the Star Wars produced history going back on Boba Fett and his character and how he was kind of an accident.
Yeah.
And wasn't
supposed
really
to be complete white armor and everything.
Like, there's a lot of things that happened with this character. But for some reason, every time he was on screen, people just were like drawn to him.
Yeah, well, I think his first appearance was in the Star Wars Holiday Special before Empire came out.
And then he had a cartoon, right?
Saw him and was like, that was it.
Yeah.
You're like, holy shit, what is that?
Yeah.
And then when Empire, he had this little bit part, and they were like, oh shit.
Now, here, as a longtime fan of Boba Fett in Star Wars, just everything in general, when you say you like something or not like something, do you do it with the history of knowing everything in the past?
Dude, I'm not like
or
one
do
of
you
those
come?
people.
You know what I mean?
You know, like everybody shit on The Last Jedi and the Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah.
Everyone, this is stupid. You know what? I watched my kids, and they fucking loved it.
Yeah.
That's who it's for.
Yep.
It's not for a fucking 40-year-old nerd.
Yeah.
It's not for us. It's for that generation. So now, if I didn't have my kids, I get where people get pissy about it.
Yeah.
But listen, man, the kids loved it.
Yeah.
You can't expect. And I wasn't a huge fan of it.
Yeah.
I love Force Awakens, but the last two, I wasn't a big fan of it at all. But when they did Mandalorian, it was like, oh shit, this is for us. Like, you could tell the Mandalorian is for the fans that have been around forever, and then a little sprinkle of Baby Yoda so the kids like it. Like it was Jon Favreau just fucking killed it.
Yep.
Killed it.
And when you see Boba
and
Fett,
Dave Filoni and all that.
There's a narrative being out there from the uber super fan from early days.
Oh, there's just so many.
They're
Easter
not
eggs.
happy with Boba Fett right now. They're like,
no matter what you do to that character,
everybody
has a different way of what he should be. Have a different thought of what. So
because,
no matter what they do, you're gonna have people that aren't gonna like it.
Yeah,
you know.
And because like my personal favorite episode is, I think, the second one when he was what are the guys in the sand people?
The Tusken Raiders.
The Tusken Raiders. Mm-hmm. Every time that I've ever watched Star Wars or anything, the Tusken Raiders have a little scene, right?
Yeah.
You don't know them. You don't know nothing about them. I mean, there's very little that I personally, just as a casual fan, have been able to experience with those guys, the Tusken Raiders. So when Boba Fett went to, I'm spoiling for some of you guys, so if you need to turn it off, whatever. But you're getting the business.
Don't turn it off.
We have millions of listeners. Don't worry.
Jesus Christ.
Please don't turn it off. Don't turn it off.
Bad as
please.
we've been going, we've got like one.
I'm wrong. Okay. But when he got to go out there and learn from them and like get accepted by their people, there's a lot of movies that have had that same narrative of, You know what I'm saying?
Well, for me as a Star Wars fan, like the Tusken Raiders, the Sand People was just that's what they were. You didn't know nothing shit about them.
Yeah.
So bringing a history to them and showing like that was cool. Like it showed their lives,
and it was like a mutual
cool
respect.
shit.
Like no one's ever like we have such a wall up against because nobody accepts us. Everybody wants to kill us. Like you got this train coming through on that episode. They're just murdering them. They don't give a crap, right? And here's some guy
They don't give a damn
that's gonna stick up for us. That that we kept survived. That he's gonna stick up for us and help us be a better person.
Yeah.
And you get that relationship, and it was really kind of fun to watch that develop.
Yeah,
and it was funny to me too, like when they were trying to jump from the different the cycles, trying to learn to jump from cycle to cycle, and busting their asses. But watching that whole thing happen, and then watching the sadness of them all getting murdered, right?
Yeah, man.
At the end, to me, that was an emotional roller coaster that was cool. That I was about.
Yeah,
I have people saying that's not. That was stupid. That should have been done that way. It's like a sad, like a sappy.
Of course you
I want it to be the. It's like, come on, man. Like this is
that whole Star Wars super fan. It's a toxic thing, man. People are just gonna fucking be like that. Whatever. I enjoy it for what it is.
It's so eye-opening.
Fiction.
It's so eye-opening. I love it.
Yeah,
I really do, man.
And Riley loves it.
Yeah.
Like tomorrow, pick him up from school, jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
When we're done with jiu-jitsu, it's straight to the house for Book of Boba Fett. He don't even want to eat.
Oh no!
I'm like, hey, I'm gonna make dinner real quick. He's like, no, I'm starting it. I'm like, God damn, son. So you got to get something quick so we can watch it. He loves it.
Right when I walk in the door, I sit down, I turn it on, and usually Allie and them are getting there home from school, so I was coming. They're like, we're ready for dinner. I'm like, just let me watch this first.
Yeah. See, Ava could care less.
And then I'll watch it again later that night.
Good show.
It really is, man.
All right, man. I think we're about to wrap this up. Yep. And you just spilled your water.
Nope, I caught it right before it fell.
Nice.
Just a couple I wish I didn't know.
All right, shout out to Chris and Colleen. We love you guys.
Yeah,
hopefully
we miss you.
Within the next couple months, you'll come do a show with us. And we'll figure it out.
Exactly. Okay. Just got a few here. We got like 4 or 5.
Just me.
Right. Oh, no, I just want to do these with you. I just want to go through these. And in 2008, 2 sisters found this. And every time I read these, I'm just kind of shocked by what I'm reading, I think they're good conversation to bring up. In 2008, 2 sisters found this and sold it on eBay for $1,350. Was it a potato that looked like Abe Lincoln? Was it a piece of bread that looked like had Jesus' face on it? Mm-hmm. Was it a cornflake shaped like Illinois? Or a carrot that looked like a perfect penis?
Jesus bread.
Yeah, that was one from a long time ago in the 90s.
I remember it.
Yeah, we used to sell T-shirts.
Yeah,
with it on it. A cornflake shaped like Illinois sold for $1,300 on eBay.
Wow, that's awesome. They all look like Illinois.
Don't you want to go open up a bag of cornflakes and find one that looks like Texas or California and post it? About 200,000 people are born with this extra body part each year: fingers, buttholes, nipples, or toes.
Toes.
Nipples. If you had to be to have an extra one of those body parts, which one would you take? Would you rather have an extra finger, an extra butthole, extra nipple, like a what is it, like Chandler on Friends?
I think I'd rather
a nubbin,
extra finger,
or toe.
Man. Extra finger.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
I think my mom was born with 6 toes.
Yeah,
yeah.
Extra finger would be cool.
What would
Usually,
you do with
if it's an extra toe, it overlaps another.
What would
toe.
you do with the extra finger? Would it be like stagnant? Would it be
grip strength? Son.
Would you put like a cover on it? Like it would have like a gold ring on it, or
yeah, I'd put a real
dip
flashy
it in gold.
ring.
Like I don't know, man.
I'd make sure everybody knew.
It'd be weird. Wouldn't everybody just always look at that part?
Yeah, I'd just purposely scratch my face with it. Just hang it down, kind of like
with the mashed potatoes.
Yeah, grab a strong hand. Chris Elliott, shout out Chris Elliott.
One of my favorite. This might help you like rats even more than you already do. Do you like rats?
Nope.
I mean, neither. They can tread water for up to 40 hours. They like to have sex with other species. They can actually laugh. Or mama rats train babies to avoid traps.
The last one.
They actually laugh.
Do they really?
I didn't know rats laugh.
What do they sound like when they laugh? Let me hear.
I don't know.
That So bad. Laughing rats, dude.
Let's hear it.
Go.
No, let's hear your rat laugh.
Like an evil laugh. I'm an evil rat.
What's like a sweet rat that's laughing over, like giggling? A giggling rat. Look up in the sky. It's not a bird or a plane. It's a massive asteroid named, this was for Chris, named 99942.
That one.
Alpha.
That one.
I'm not going to do that.
That one, so you don't have
and
to
it's
read
on,
it
of course, but we're not going to do that. We're going to say that one
This
for
is
Chris.
the worst thing I've ever heard.
Residents of Tampa, Florida, apartment complex caught a 12-foot alligator and tied it to a tree to keep it as a pet.
Okay.
Neighbors called the cops after witnessing the owners
Shout out to Hillsborough County.
take the gator for a walk, charging admission to the pet beast.
Do you pet the beast?
Yeah, to pet the beast.
There you go.
Feeding the gator live cats, letting it swim in the pool.
Feeding the gator live cats. Yeah, Tampa's off the fucking chain, dude.
What?
Laughing
Is that the
rats.
gator laughing after he eats
No,
each?
that's a laughing rat.
Okay.
He's in the shadows watching.
Last one. The U.S. Central Intelligence Agency once had a special program to train hawks as assassin hawks, design robot mice to track criminals, build a submarine that looked like a whale, or to train a team of spy cats.
Robot mice.
Spy cats.
Spy cats? I like it.
Like, wouldn't you like to be on that detail? Like, I'm in the CIA. You're going to be in the cat training facility, and you're going to make a whole lot of money.
I picture a big round table, a glass table, and there's a bunch of agents, and the big guy coming in, throwing a cat on the table, and go, make this a spy. Make this a spy. I'll be back later.
Well, they're like, what's the, like, where does it come? Like, what makes the cat a capable
and then
spy?
fucking little rats in the corner of the. All right, man. I'm getting out of here.
Yep.
You guys have a good week. Download and
125.
listen, and grab somebody's phone and have them subscribe and download the podcast.
Our downloads have been really nice, man.
Yes, we
It's
appreciate
been
all of you.
Really positive. We haven't, since before Christmas, haven't been super active on releasing our episodes because a lot's been going on.
Start ramping it up.
A lot's been going on, but
Yeah,
we have a lot in the works too. We have a lot of kind of exciting things coming up. We are not going anywhere for the time being for a very long time. We have a lot of kind of goals that we're setting for ourselves, and stay tuned. Keep participating in the group. Hit us up anytime. Email us. Call us. All of it's on the table, man.
Yeah, man.
We hope we're adding value to you as a show.
Yeah, Laughing Rats. Episode 125.
Daisy's in a tube top, screaming from the top of her lungs. This all ends tonight. Daddy's on the floor, he's screaming for more. I see you're gonna be alright. Daisy's in a tube top, screaming from the top of her lungs. This all ends tonight. Daddy's on the floor, he's screaming for more. I see you're gonna be alright.
Dude, that's just killer. Oh, dude, that was awesome.